Welcome back, gang. Welcome back. And it's LG here with a new video. I'm still going hard on this 75 hard YouTube style. So today, I'm going to talk about fear is like an addiction. Okay, fear is like an addiction. Now, most people don't realize this because fear, fear is, it controls you. It keeps you stuck and it makes you act against your what it is that you want to do, your best interest. Because think about it. Most people will live their lives out of fear, right? They focus on what it is that they don't want. I don't want to fail. I don't want debt. I don't want to be rejected. I don't want to look stupid. But what happens is they end up creating exactly what it is that they don't want. Okay? Because think about it, right? Think about this. Every time you step into doing something new, create something, different or something bigger than you've done before, you're not going to have the confidence when you start. Okay, that's just the reality. You start to doubt yourself, you overthink, you question whether you can even actually do it, whether you're capable. Okay, but the reality is confidence doesn't come before action, it comes because of action. So if you sit around waiting for certainty, the right time to do it, you're never going to be able to actually move forward. But the second that you say, you know what, I'm going to take action, even when I'm feeling doubt, I'm feeling scared, and you just don't believe in yourself or whatever it may be, that's when things are going to shift because fear will start to lose its grip on you. Okay, because you are proving to yourself that I am capable, because you are capable, believe you me. Because if you let it, fear will keep you small, limited. It will keep you trapped. Okay, it really will. When you let fear dictate your choices, right? What it is that you're going to do, you will actually create the opposite of what it is that you want. You shrink, you settle. You might have this big dream and say, I want to, create a business that impacts the world. And then you start to say, because you don't believe it, you say, oh, do you know what? I don't really want to start a business. Maybe I just want to, work for this company who does this, that, or the next thing. Whatever it is, you limit yourself, okay? You limit yourself. And that's why I say fear is like an addiction. Now, as I've been very open, I struggle with addiction, okay? So I'm not, saying addiction isn't hard and it isn't that. But what does addiction do? It traps you in a cycle of behavior you don't consciously want, right? I used to wake up and saying, I'm not going to drink today. I promise. Tell my wife, I promise I'm not going to do it. I'm going to change. I'm going to do this. Boom. By 5 o'clock, the same patterns, everything's pulling me back in. And that's because, and I remember driving one day, home, and I was promising myself that I wasn't going to do it. And it was like the car just automatically drove into the supermarket. And then I was sitting in the car park with a bottle of vodka thinking, how did that just happen? And it was just like I was on autopilot, like I was programmed to do it. And fear works the same way, okay? Fear is not who you are. It's just what you've conditioned yourself to think and how to act. And it's just like an addiction, okay? Fear blocks you from becoming the version of you that you want to be, the version that you're meant to be. Okay, and it's about breaking that cycle. And how do you break that cycle? You start to create what you want, and despite of fear, regardless of what it is. Pardon me. Like, for example, right, for the past 5 years, my dream has always been to impact millions of lives in a positive way. Now, my path to doing that is I've chosen YouTube as a vehicle because it's the biggest platform in the world. I want to build an audience, a community of amazing people, and eventually I want to travel the world speaking on the biggest stages. Okay? And in my reality right now, I still have fears, doubts, right? I feel this, massive dream is unrealistic. My mind is constantly going back to my past failures, my past struggles, all the times I've screwed up, I've messed up, I've fallen short, right? But in all of that, I've learned quite a lot of things. And one of the things I've learned is, that my past is not my future, right? My past is not my future. My past is the worst reference point, for what's possible in my future. If you base your potential on what you've already done, you're never going to be moved beyond it. Right? And I touched on this in, I think it was yesterday's video. We all have an identity, right? And that's been shaped by our past experience, our life, what we've done, everything we've done up until now. Right? So up until now, this identity has kept us alive. And that's all it cares about is survival. But here's the problem. Your identity sees your future success as a threat to that survival. Now think about it, right? If I want to become this successful YouTuber and worldwide speaker, I have to completely step into a new version of myself, a new identity, someone who's disciplined, consistent, confident, taking action, stepping outside my comfort zone. But my current identity, it doesn't want to die. It wants to stay in control. So what's it going to do? It's going to constantly try and fight back. It's going to create fears, doubts, excuses, anything to keep me stuck. It's going to whisper, this isn't going to work. You're not good enough. You're not cut out for this. Who's going to even want to listen to you? You always fail. You quit. Why should this be any different? Right? And before I've even made any progress on something, boom, all of a sudden, something happens to pull me back. Okay? And I can give you 1,000 examples in my life. I'll just use the gym, for example. Now I'm in great shape, I've got the best shape in my life. But for years, I would get, I'd stick to a routine, discipline, getting all good. And then something would happen. I would go out in a bender and then the gym would disappear for months. There's so many scenarios where I would get so far and then something would pull me back. Okay? Whether that would be coaching, anything in life that when I was trying to change, there was always something pulling me back until I understood that it was just my identity. Right? And don't get me wrong, I still, struggle at times, but I know I know the reasons why, so I can then, sometimes shake it off and just keep moving forward, right? Because this is big goals that I've set, but I'm not going to quit on them, okay? And this is why clarity is everything. You need to understand what it is that you want to create, not what you believe is possible. What is it that you truly want to create, okay? Don't base it on what skills you've got right now, what resources you've got right now. No, it has to be something from your heart, okay? It has to be something from your heart that you truly want to create. And then you need to think to yourself, right, who do I have to become to create that? Okay? What values, what disciplines, who do I have to become to create that? And then commit, not half-heartedly, fully commit. No more negotiating with fear. No more letting the old identity run the show. Because the truth is, your identity only changes when your actions change. So, regardless of all the doubts, the fears, whatever it is that's popping into your reality to tell you that you can't do this or you're not good enough or whatever, you just say, I'm taking the action anyway. Regardless of anything, I am taking action. I don't care how small it is. I don't care how big it is. I am taking some forward action towards the reality that I want to create. Because here is what I have come to understand. Action erases doubt. Okay? Because I know every time that I take a step forward, okay, whether that's, trying to come up with ideas, posting a video, going to the gym, eating the right foods, getting the right sleep, or pushing it outside my comfort zone, fear loses that little bit of power it has over me. And it will do the exact same for you. We are all the same. We're all humans. We all have the same 24 hours, right? Fear will lose its power over you if you, continue to believe in what it is that you can achieve, and it's not really about believing what you can achieve, but knowing that I am going to achieve it. It's a knowingness that as long as I take the action, I know that this is going to become a reality. And when you start thinking this way, your reality will start to change. And now I'm living proof of this. Now, I'm not some multi-millionaire with the Lambos and the big houses and all that. No, I'm still a regular guy living a regular life. But compared to what my life was like 6-7 years ago, I'm in heaven. I never ever thought that I would escape addiction. I never ever thought that I would escape the depression, anxiety. You know, there's so many things I could cry about and whine about, but you know what? I'm so grateful for everything because I've learned so many lessons. And one of the big ones is your thoughts are creating your reality. What you think, you create. If you constantly feed your mind negative thoughts, I'm not good enough. What if I fail? Well, people will judge me. You're going to create the reality that reflects those fears. And this is not me just making it up. You know, there's so many studies and proof and countless other examples that will prove this. But when you shift your focus to what it is that you want, what you truly want to create, and you take action towards that, your reality, I promise you, will start to change. This is why the way that you speak to yourself is so important. You have to catch your own thoughts, because when your internal world changes, you change. Okay? Your outside reality is a reflection of your internal reality. Okay? And that's what Henry Ford said. What he said, whether you think the man who thinks that he can or the man who thinks that he can't is both right. I can't remember the exact wording. But whether you believe, you know, whether it's possible or not, whether you believe, you know, if you're going to get the success or the failure, then whatever one that you believe, that's going to be the reality. You have to prove yourself right. And you prove yourself by taking the action, because action erases doubt. Okay, so that, and in fact, I'm going to challenge you now. You know, what one thing has fear been stopping you from doing? What one thing? It could be anything. Starting the gym, starting a business, you know, mending a broken relationship, whatever it is. What is one thing that you've been scared to take action? Okay, so today, right now, you know, make that video, send that text message, register for that gym, start that project. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to take action, because the longer that you wait, the stronger the fear gets. But the second you take action is the second that you take your power back. So if fear has been keeping you stuck, let this be your wake-up call. Because take action. Start now. Your future self is waiting. And listen, I'm not perfect. I've still got a lot to learn. But what I have done in the past 6 years, I promise you, I never thought I would achieve. I never thought that I would be as happy and content in my own skin. I never thought I would look at myself and be proud. I never thought that I would love who I am as a person. I never thought that my marriage and my relationship with my children would be so loving and it would be amazing. Now, there's plenty of things that I still desire in this world. But having the peace and being able to sleep at night and knowing that I'm a honest, valued member of society, I never ever believed that. I never believed I would escape addiction. I thought that was going to be the death of me. Okay, so everything that I put in these videos, there's not just regurgitated from a book. I can't even say the word right. Everything I do, and that's why I've always wanted to, you know, not just be somebody who comes on preaches or anything, because I hate that. I'm giving you stuff that I've learned that's improved my life, and that's what I'm going to continue to do. It's just about me giving back, and if I can, you know, give any advice to you right now, is figure out what it is that you want to do with your life and take the next obvious action, regardless of how much fear or doubt that you have. Okay? And that's me for today, and I'll catch you on the next one. I think, what is that, me? I'm 4 days in, or is it 4 days, 5 days in? And I'm going to try and do 75 videos. So from me to you, much love, take care. And listen, if you got any value for this, please give me a like, you know, stick in the comments, you know, let's make up a word. No fear. That's it. No fear or power, whatever one. Okay? And have a great day. Catch you on the next one. Take care. Much love. Bye-bye.